Hey guys, tonight we begin with a story buried deep beneath the stones of ancient Rome. A city of emperors, gladiators, and gods, but also of secrets that have never been solved. From vanished legions to unexplained disappearances, Rome hides mysteries that still puzzle historians to this day. So, sit back, relax, and let's wander through the shadows of the Eternal City. Our journey begins with one of Rome's greatest unsolved disappearances, the 9th Legion Hispana. Formed during the late Republic and known for its bravery, the 9th fought across the empire, from Spain to the brutal frontiers of Britain. But sometime around the early 2nd century AD, it simply vanished. The legion's name disappeared from Roman records without explanation. No official account, no heroic last stand, no detailed report, nothing. Some historians believe they were destroyed in a bloody rebellion in northern Britain. Others say they were transferred east, perhaps to fight in Armenia, and perished there. But no graves, no battlefield, no written memorials have ever been found. How could an entire 5,000-man Roman legion vanish without a trace? Even today, archaeologists search Britain's soil for signs of the 9th, hoping to uncover what truly happened to the legion that marched into history and never marched out. Now we move to the heart of Rome, to one of the most extravagant palaces ever built, Nero's Domus Aurea, the Golden House. After the Great Fire of 64 AD, Emperor Nero constructed a massive palace filled with gold leaf, marble halls, and hidden rooms adorned with jewels. But legend says that Nero also buried a secret treasure somewhere beneath the palace, a fortune so vast it was said to drive men insane with greed. Over the centuries, countless explorers, even popes, have searched for the treasure. Some claim Nero's gold was hidden behind false walls or beneath the ruins after the emperor's death. Others whisper that it was cursed, that those who went looking for it suffered strange accidents or sudden deaths. To this day, excavations beneath the Colosseum and the Esquiline Hill have revealed tunnels and chambers, but no treasure. Did Nero's wealth truly exist, or was it a myth created to haunt his memory? The answer lies buried somewhere under the city, where Rome's modern streets stand on layers of ancient secrets. Far from the roar of Rome's crowds lies Lake Nemi, a small volcanic crater lake south of the city. For centuries, locals whispered that beneath its still waters rested two massive ships, ghostly remains of a forgotten emperor's obsession. The legend turned out to be true. In the 1930s, archaeologists led by Mussolini drained part of the lake and discovered the impossible: two gigantic Roman ships, over 70 meters long, built with advanced technology centuries ahead of their time. They were floating palaces, complete with marble floors, heating systems, and even plumbing. But who built them, and why were they sunk? Most believe they belonged to Emperor Caligula, known for his madness and love of extravagance. He supposedly used the ships for wild parties and religious ceremonies on the water. But after his assassination, the vessels were destroyed and sunk to erase all memory of him. What's more mysterious is what happened after their discovery. During World War II, both ships were burned and destroyed in a mysterious fire. Some claim it was an accident caused by retreating German soldiers. Others believe it was done deliberately to hide new discoveries made inside the ships. Even today, divers search the lake's depths, hoping to recover fragments of these legendary vessels. From vanished legions to lost treasures and ghostly ships, Rome's mysteries are as deep as its history. But we are only getting started. In the next part, we'll explore forbidden tombs, unexplainable ancient technologies, and one Roman emperor who may have faked his own death. So don't go anywhere, the shadows of Rome still have more secrets to reveal. Now, as we return to the dark corners of ancient Rome, we step into a place few have ever seen, the tomb of Augustus. the first emperor of Rome built this massive circular mausoleum to house himself and his dynasty. Once covered in marble and crowned with a bronze statue of Augustus, it was meant to stand forever. Yet by the Middle Ages, the tomb was sealed, looted, and forgotten. For centuries, strange stories spread among locals, ghostly lights seen flickering at night, eerie whispers said to echo from deep within. When archaeologists finally reopened it in modern times, they discovered layers of mysterious chambers and sealed corridors that led nowhere. Some believe hidden rooms still lie untouched beneath the mausoleum, containing scrolls or treasures of the early emperors. The tomb has recently been restored, but questions remain: was it just a burial site, or something more secret, perhaps of old, designed to hide knowledge Rome wasn't ready to share? Not far away lies another mystery, the Pantheon's uncrackable dome. Built by Emperor Hadrian around 125 AD, the Pantheon's perfect circular dome is the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. Modern engineers have studied it for decades, trying to understand how Roman builders achieved such perfection without modern tools. The exact formula of the concrete remains partly unknown. The structure's proportions, its height equal to its diameter, seem to follow cosmic or mathematical symbolism. Some scholars even suggest that Hadrian designed it as a model of the heavens, aligning the oculus, that circular opening at the top, with the sun on specific dates to illuminate divine events. Whether pure coincidence or celestial intention, the Pantheon's design still feels supernatural, a silent proof that ancient Romans knew more about architecture and astronomy than we can easily explain. But the most chilling Roman mystery may not lie in stone or marble, it may lie in blood. During the late Empire, in the 3rd century AD, the Antonine Plague swept through Rome, killing millions. Some ancient accounts describe it as a divine punishment, others as a strange disease brought by soldiers returning from the East. Yet modern scientists who studied remains from mass graves found traces of something unusual, evidence suggesting the virus may have mutated in ways still unknown today. Some researchers even wonder whether the Antonine Plague was not a naturally occurring disease, but something created through accidental exposure to early chemical warfare or toxins used by the armies of the time. Whatever its origin, the plague nearly ended the Roman Empire, and its cause is still debated by historians and biologists alike. One of Rome's oldest mysteries hides beneath the Vatican itself, the catacombs and secret tunnels stretching for miles below the city. These underground chambers once served as burial sites for early Christians and martyrs. But some tunnels remain unmapped and sealed off to the public. Stories tell of explorers who ventured into the lower levels and never returned. During renovations in the 1940s, workers reportedly discovered hidden crypts containing inscriptions written in a language no one could identify, not Greek, not Latin. The Vatican quickly sealed those passages, and their contents have never been made public. Were they protecting history, or hiding something that challenged it? We may never know. Another enigma dates back to Emperor Romulus Augustulus, the last emperor of the Western Roman Empire. History tells us he was deposed in 476 AD by a barbarian general named Odoacer. But ancient chronicles disagree on what happened next. Some say the boy emperor was exiled and lived peacefully in southern Italy. Others suggest he was secretly rescued and smuggled eastward to Constantinople. A few centuries later, a manuscript appeared describing a Roman king living in disguise among monks in Greece, preserving the imperial bloodline. Many believe this was fiction, but the strange accuracy of the dates and names raises the question, did the Roman Empire truly end in 476, or did it simply slip into the shadows under another name? And then there's the strangest discovery of all, the dodecahedrons. Small bronze or stone objects with 12 flat faces and round holes of different sizes, found all across the Roman Empire. No one knows their purpose. they are not mentioned in any Roman record. They could fit in the palm of your hand, yet were made with perfect geometry. Were they tools for measuring distance? Religious artifacts? Or something more advanced, perhaps a teaching device for ancient astronomy or even navigation? Over 100 have been found, but none have inscriptions or clues. The Romans left us many secrets, but this one seems almost intentionally unsolvable, as if designed to make us wonder. As the night deepens over the ruins of the Eternal City, it's hard not to feel that Rome was more than an empire, it was a living mystery, built layer upon layer over its own past. Every brick, every statue, every hidden tunnel seems to whisper a story that we're only beginning to understand. The power of Rome didn't just come from its legions or its emperors, it came from its ability to inspire awe, even in the unknown. So next time you walk through Rome's ancient streets or see its monuments in pictures, remember, beneath every stone lies another story, waiting to be uncovered. The lost legions, the vanished ships, the forbidden tombs, all part of a puzzle that connects us to people who lived, dreamed, and wondered 2,000 years ago. And if you've enjoyed uncovering these secrets tonight, make sure to join us again, because in our next journey, we'll go beyond the Roman Empire itself, exploring ancient mysteries from Egypt to Greece that continue to shape the world we live in today. Until then, keep your mind open, your curiosity alive, and never stop exploring the past. The whispers of Rome's hidden world didn't end in the temples or the catacombs, they stretched further, beneath the marble and the cobbled streets, into the places even the emperors feared to tread. Deep below the Aventine Hill, where ancient tunnels twist into silence, a chamber was found, sealed by bricks marked with the insignia of a forgotten legion. Inside, archaeologists uncovered burned lamps and the shattered fragments of bronze mirrors. Yet the walls bore something stranger still, dozens of handprints, pressed into wet plaster as if the builders had tried to claw their way out. No one could explain why such a place existed, or what ritual demanded the sealing of men alive beneath the city. Legends speak of the Cult of Silence, a secret group of Roman mystics who believed that knowledge of the afterlife could only be earned by facing death itself. Some believe those tunnels were their final initiation hall. Others say the cult never truly vanished, that its symbols reappeared centuries later in church frescoes, disguised as angelic patterns. Across the river, near the crumbling ruins of the Stadium of Domitian, there's a well known to the locals as the Mouth of Shadows. For decades, people have claimed that at night, when the city quiets, a faint humming sound rises from its depths. In 1978, a restoration crew lowered a camera into the old drain. It captured images of narrow steps leading to a circular room, but the feed cut abruptly after 10 meters, and no one dared to descend again. To this day, the well is sealed with iron bars, and few dare to approach it after sunset. Even the Roman Forum, where senators once debated and generals paraded their victories, holds its share of unease. Beneath the Arch of Septimius Severus lies an unmarked slab. During excavations in the 1930s, workers reported finding beneath it a small bronze disc etched with concentric circles and strange letters. When exposed to sunlight, the surface shimmered as though alive. The disc disappeared before it could be studied, vanished from the archives. The official report merely said the object was lost to corrosion. But whispers among the archaeologists hinted that it was taken away, quietly, by the Vatican's secret archives. Not far from there, the ruins of Domitian's palace overlook the Palatine Hill, and it's said that at certain times of the year, when the moon is high and thin, an echoing sound like distant chanting rises from its lower chambers. Some claim it's the wind through the broken arches. Others insist it's the lingering resonance of ceremonies once performed for gods long forgotten. One inscription found in that palace reads simply, "The stars are my witnesses, I have seen the other world." scholars debated its meaning for decades. Was it the boast of an emperor who thought himself divine, or the confession of a man who truly believed he had glimpsed eternity? Deeper into the night, Rome's type-rhythm mirrors the city's lights, but beneath that tranquil surface lies the tale of the lost bridge, a span that once connected the Aventine to the Trastevere quarter. Ancient maps show it clearly, yet no trace remains. Divers who searched the riverbed in the 1960s claim to have found the stone foundations and, carved upon them, the Latin words "I return at dawn." No one could decipher the meaning. Some dismissed it as poetic graffiti. But others, especially those who believe Rome hides more than ruins beneath the waters, say the bridge wasn't destroyed, it was taken. These stories, the sealed tunnels, the strange echoes, the vanishing artifacts, all point to something Rome has always understood better than any empire before or after her, that power and mystery are twins. The Romans didn't just build monuments to gods, they built monuments out of them. Every statue, every column, every piece of marble told a story meant to endure time itself. But not all stories were meant to be heard. As centuries passed, empires rose and fell, yet Rome remained, her heart still beating beneath layers of earth and silence. Each discovery reveals only fragments, a doorway here, a tablet there, but never the full truth. And perhaps that's what keeps her eternal. Because Rome's greatest secret isn't buried in her catacombs or guarded by her ruins. It's the mystery of how she continues to live, how, through centuries of decay and rebirth, her voice still echoes through the stone. Even now, when you stand before the Pantheon or wander the empty forum at dusk, you can almost feel it, the hum beneath your feet, the soft pull of history that refuses to fade. Maybe those ancient builders, priests, and dreamers knew something we've forgotten, that eternity isn't in heaven, or the afterlife, but right here, in the whisper of old walls and the stories that survive the fall of empires. And so, the eternal city remains, its beauty shadowed by its secrets, its silence alive with the echoes of all who ever believed they could outlive time.